Buying pre-loved, you can spend a bit more and you can save a fortune. I'm going to share with you all of the pre-loved bags in my collection, what I saved on them and what they cost me extra for buying them on the pre-loved market. Let's get going. Welcome to you, my name's Dayle and this is Dayle's Addiction. I got this idea from Je suis Lou, who did a pre-loved handbag collection video some time ago, and I had it in my phone as an idea for a video. And then combined with Autumn Beckman's recent swing on my video, which was my most expensive bags, and she looked at that video idea from the perspective of the bags which had the highest recommended retail price that she had in her collection, but she showed what she saved by buying them pre-loved. So I thought it was a great idea to combine those two video ideas, which I will link in the description box below, with my pre-loved handbag collection. I'm going to start with those that I made the biggest savings on, and then I'm going to end with those that I paid a lot more than the recommended retail price on. So let's go. Okay, the first one I purchased this year. This is from Alexander McQueen. This is the famous knuckle duster clutch. This one is embroidered with hummingbirds. It is absolutely beautiful. It has Swarovski crystals in the hummingbird at the top eating an apple. It is absolutely beautiful. The skull detail on the edge of the bag with the crystal eyeballs. It's just next level. This piece, I had always wanted a special Alexander McQueen knuckle duster clutch, and I'd never quite been in a position where it was the highest priority on my wish list. And so it kind of just sat off to the side in the never never, waiting for its opportune time. Connor and I went for a little rummage through Luxe, a luxury consignment store here in Brisbane and also in Sydney. I walked in, I saw this bag in the display case, and I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't supposed to be buying today, but I think I need that bag. After some back and forth with the owner of the store, I was able to pick up this beauty, not for around the $6,000 price tag that they typically go for retail, for $1,300. $1,300! Look at it. It is just glorious. It is so me. I love birds. I love this extremely ostentatious bag. And for such a steal, could you blame me? Now, I've just gone through my collection and it's occurred to me that I've got the one that I thought was number one wrong. The one that I think I've saved, no, I haven't. This must be in second place. In second place, we have my classic flap. This is the Chanel Jumbo in caviar leather with silver hardware. This one is a 2012. I bought it in 2018 from the Purser Fair, and it was retailing for around $8,000 at the time. I got it for $5,500 in pristine condition, full set. This is my only Chanel classic flap. I love it because I wear it in a more grungy way. I like to wear this as a bit of unexpected punch to an outfit. I am not a classic dresser by any means. I'm much more playful. I love the oversized nature of this bag. I think it brings an element of playfulness and probably a little bit more avant-garde than the little pretty classic flaps in the small and medium sizes. I love the fact that it can carry quite a lot. It has the beautiful burgundy lining on the inside. It's not a bag I wear a lot, but I am really glad to have it in my collection. I am really glad that I bought it pre-loved. I had such an amazing buying experience from the Purser Fair when I bought this bag. It was packaged up so beautifully, it felt like a boutique experience. And that's why I always used to rave about the Purser Fair, because I found them to be fantastic. But as I said, as they've gotten bigger, I've found that there's been probably some more iffy experiences, particularly shared by you guys. So I guess, you know, just as with all resale and consignment, take caution. Now this next piece also comes from Luxe here in Brisbane. Also purchased this year, just scrolling through my Instagram feed, which I should not do because it's always dangerous. and I saw this beautiful Prada raffia tote bag, current season, for sale. Now I thought, if that's a good price, I'm going to get that, because I need a bag like that for my impending European holiday. I want to flex down the beach at the beach club, by the pool, at the pool club, whatever the case might be. So I inquired. $1,300. This bag retails for $3,000. $1,300, it's mine, I'm taking it. It is gloriously soft, it is malleable. I was a bit concerned about going with pink, to be honest, because I thought that the natural colour would go with much more, but I've got a lot of natural coloured raffia bags, and this just goes with everything in my wardrobe. It's super fun. You're going to have fun times when you're off to the beach, and I actually used it as a bit of a shopping bag as well. I can't recommend it highly enough. Would I have paid $3,000 for this? Knowing what I know now, probably, but so happy to pick it up for a steal. Okay, speaking of natural coloured raffia and the likes, this next piece I picked up from the Preloved. Again, another luxury consignment store based here in Australia, in Melbourne actually. And I haven't been buying a lot from them lately because I've found that their prices have gone a bit nuts. They used to have things for really reasonable prices. However, I have to say that in recent times they've gotten busy. I think that the pricing has really changed, and so has the service level as they've gotten really big and busy, which is unfortunate, but I hope they can find their way back to where they used to be. The bag I'm talking about is the Gucci glazed wicker. So see how it's glazed? Linear Cestino bag. This bag I saw on Mel in Melbourne's channel. She bought hers from Hawaii and I was in love with it. The things I love about this bag, firstly, it was the first of its type that I had seen, a glazed wicker in this kind of cassette style. It has gold hardware. Inside it has this kind of nylon floral lining, because I think it must be hard to line bags made from this type of construction. It has a gold chain with a tan break in the chain, and you can wear this chain crossbody or on the shoulder, or you can tuck it inside for a nice clutch moment. This bag has long been a favourite in my collection. I think it retailed for around $2,800, and these are all Australian prices. And I picked it up for $1,500 from the Preloved, and I was so glad to see it. I snapped it straight up, and I don't think a lot of people were interested in it. Now, however, so many of you say to me, if I ever want to sell it, let you know. If I ever see them on the resale market, to let you know. And when you see them on the resale market, you share them with me so that I can share them on my stories for people who are keen to buy them. And I know that there are quite a few of you who subscribe to my channel who now have this bag as a part of your collection. You've found it amongst the massive, massive haystacks that are the luxury resale community, because there's not many of them around. So congratulations to you. I'm glad that we share this bag in common, because she is a treat. I really should have come up with some kind of formula whether or not I was going to do a percentage saving or a dollar saving, but we'll go with a dollar saving. So this next piece I saved just under $1,000, I think, on the retail price. And that's because I bought it through Conrad's Closet, and that's because my good friend Meredith was selling it. And I did not approach Meredith directly for this bag, because otherwise I know what she would do. She'd just give it to me, and that's not okay. And so I purchased this through Conrad's Closet, which is my good friend Connor from The Closet's resale and consignment business. This was a bag that came out in 2021, I think, from Fendi. This beautiful raffia with tan. It's the same kind of series as my Fendi First. It has this gorgeous braided oversized handle, and I just thought that this was a piece I couldn't find here in Australia actually, and I think Meredith picked this one up in New York. So I was glad to take that off her hands and to buy it through Connor, so everyone got their little piece of pie, and yeah, to save some money on it at the same time, it was an added bonus as an anonymous buyer. Thanks Meredith, thanks Connor. The next one that I saved around $1,000 on is this Fendi Zucca mini baguette. Now this was in pretty much new condition. It came with a dust bag but not with the other packaging. It came with a product card. I love the Fendi mini baguettes because they're so wearable, and this one is weird. For a monogram piece it's actually quite dressy because it has this little top handle, and the beautiful shiny gold hardware means it works as a top handle moment. You can wear it as a clutch, you can wear it as a crossbody or as a shoulder carry, and all of the straps are removable and removable but not adjustable. Sorry. I find this is great for a casual bag as well as a evening bag, and so for day to night I think these work super well. I bought this one from Luxe in Brisbane again, or was it Brisbane or was it Sydney? Maybe it was the Sydney one I bought it from. I didn't know about the Brisbane one at the time. But I was looking at this in Fendi for so long, and again, so many things on my wish list. I have to prioritise, and it never made it to the top until I could save $1,000, and then bam, I bought it. So I think I bought this one in July of last year. Now these next series of bags I think I picked up for around retail, which sometimes in the resale market, particularly during the pandemic years, was a rarity. The first one, extraordinarily rare. I missed out on it when it hit stores at the back end of 2020, so around November 2020. And it is the beautiful Chanel denim of 20C. Now, my sales associate was just really slow on getting back to me about this one. I missed out. I don't even think I would have gone for the medium. I think I was looking for a mini in it, maybe the jumbo. Anyway, I missed out. I was really upset about it. I was in the store and I saw somebody with this exact bag, and she showed it to me and I was like, oh my God, it's gorgeous. And I mentioned it in a YouTube video. Well, my good friend and fellow YouTuber Lucinda, hi, Lucinda's channel is Yellow Chic Road, saw this bag being advertised on a Facebook group and sent me a message straight away and said, Dayle, your bag, it's for sale and it's a great price. I went straight to the Facebook group. I commented sold. I met the seller. She is amazing. She has lots of fabulous pieces, and it was in brand new condition for retail price, which I think was around $5,500 at the time. This has been one of the really special pieces in my collection because it looks like a classic flap, but it's not. It has this gorgeous kind of acid wash CCs on it. It's a single flap. I can wear it crossbody. I love this washed out denim look. I love that it looks classic but it's not. It's a really special piece in my collection, and I was happy to pay retail for it because this one now commands like double its retail price on the resale market, which is insane. But mine's not going anywhere. The next one that I paid around retail for, but that was in Japanese dollars, is this little beauty. Now this is the Fendi mini baguette in lilac sequins from Cruise last year in November, and I purchased it from my fab friend Una. Her vintage Fendi baguette obsession is insane. It's the best collection that I've ever seen, and she shares them on Instagram. She's not on YouTube, and sometimes on Instagram stories she also shares pieces that she's selling or that she's purchased or that she's selling from her own collection. So if you're interested in Fendi baguettes and vintage ones particularly, go follow Una at VintageLover83 because she's always got goodies on her stories. Anyway, she purchased this one. It was a Tokyo or Japan, USA exclusive piece. It didn't come to Australia, and she decided she didn't love it enough to keep it in her collection. She also bought the beautiful acid green mini Fendi baguette as well, which she absolutely loved. And so when it came up for sale, she offered it to me and I snapped at it. Not in a violent way, but this piece is really special to me because I really wanted it. She sold it for what she paid for it, and I think she could have gotten more, but she was very generous and she always has been with me. And I'm so happy that it's in my collection, and yeah, I love it. It's a beautiful little piece. Thank you, Una. Now this is where things get a bit confusing in this section because I don't really know what the actual recommended retail price of these pieces were, but I think I paid more than the recommended retail price because they're quite old pieces. So the first one is the Murakami Alma in the PM size, and I bought this one back in 2020 off eBay. I've had it authenticated so we know it's legit, and the date code on this one is 2005. So I paid, I think, again, that magic number, $1,300 for this. I'm sure it didn't cost that much back in the day, is what I'm going to say. So I reckon I've paid slightly over the original recommended retail price for this bag, but happy to do so. The canvas is in beautiful condition, as is the vachetta, or vachette, as they say in France. There's a couple of minor water stains on the bottom, but nothing to be worried about. Not enough, definitely, for me to have anything done to this piece. I actually love the fact that it's all worn in. It's got nice even patina. And I use this as a work bag quite a bit because it's so playful and fun. It actually fits my remarkable notebook inside of it, which is fantastic, and all my necessary bits and pieces, and sometimes a pair of flat shoes just in case. So super happy to have this one. Probably paid a little more than the original retail, but it is vintage. It does have story behind it. They are limited now, and particularly in this kind of condition, it's a real treasure. So I purchased this one from a private seller on eBay. This next one is also about 10 years old. I think I picked it up last year or the year before. One of those. It was during Vlogmas anyway, and I purchased it off a Facebook site, and it is fully loaded because I use it for storage when I'm not actually using it. It's my Louis Vuitton Neverfull GM. I made a decision to get the GM after watching countless vlogs from Amelia Rose saying how much she loved hers. I had an MM, I still have it, and I was curious to see whether or not the GM would be great for overnight trips for work, because I'd used the MM and it just fit a change of clothes and toiletries for overnight for a work trip, and I thought the GM would be perfect. I set out to buy one pre-loved because I wanted it to already be patinaed so that it was nice and soft and easy to use, and I found one for $1,000. Now I think that these originally probably would have gone for around 800 Australian dollars, given that it's 10 years old. It's got the original kind of cursive interior, which I can't show you because it's full of things. I think that's pretty good. You know, great return for the seller if it was the original seller that sold it. Also fantastic for me, exactly what I wanted, worn in but not grotty and grungy. And yeah, I'm just really glad that I purchased that bag pre-loved and that I didn't go to the boutique for it. This next one, I can't be sure how much it was originally, but it is one that I purchased again from Una at Luxury Lover 83 online. It is a vintage Fendi baguette in raffia with this gorgeous marble handle and leather trim. If you watched my travel vlogs from when I was in Dubai and Europe, you'll know I wore this bag a lot. I really loved wearing it. I think what I loved most is I didn't typically wear it during the day, I wear it at night. I just love the dimension in the texture, the marble, the fact that with a handbag hook, which I always have my handbag hooks in my bags, I could just hang it on a table. It fits everything that you need. And it's just, they're just cool. They're just cool. And like, you can wear it on your shoulder like that. You can wear it in the crook of your arm. You can wear it as a clutch. You can wear it as a top handle. This one, I don't know what it cost originally. Now, Una said to me she thought it was around 2005. Then other people, when I revealed it, said they thought it was late 90s. So whatever it was, I'm sure that it wasn't around the $2,000 mark. But that's what I paid for it, and I was super happy to, because it's worth every single cent. And I could not be happier with the fact that I have this, my only Fendi vintage baguette in my collection, because it's just absolutely me, and it's beautiful. I love it. This video with story time is taking quite a bit longer than I thought it would. This next one, I cannot tell you what the original retail price on it was, but I snapped it up for around 7.6k. I purchased this one through Rod at the Luxe. I'm thinking I paid more than the original retail price, or maybe smack bang on the original retail price. I can't be sure, but it's from 19S. It's the Chanel By the Sea collection, and it has the sands of Biarritz, well, that's what they tell you, inside of the bag. It is just glorious. It has this pocket on the back where you can pop your phone or bits and pieces. It's got this insane pearl beading top handle detail, and then it also has a strap for shoulder carry. I just like to leave that hanging down and use the top handle. You open the flap with the turn lock, and then inside it's one big open space. And it's so fun to put your things in and make it look like they're just poking out of the sand like little treasures. This was a piece that I was never going to get from the boutique because I didn't have the status. And I was actually caught up in that 19 spring summer iridescent pink. I don't know why. It's not my cup of tea at all. It was a bit of a hyped kind of thing, and I bought that bag instead through a personal shopper when this is what I really wanted. So I probably should have just gone with this, but I have it now. I'm super stoked. I'm happy with what I paid for it. It was right in my budget when Rod went out to source it for me. So thank you, Rod. If you haven't heard of Rod at the Luxe Theory, you probably haven't been watching my channel a lot, because I have sourced quite a few pieces through Rod, whether they be new or, you know, pre-loved but new. And my next and final bag will explain what that actually means. And this is it. So the final piece in my collection, and the one I paid the most for, it was not a bargain. I sourced this one through Rod. I was late to the party on it. I had tossed and turned, ummed and ahed. I loved it, but I didn't want to get caught up in the hype. Again, there was no way that I was going to be able to procure this straight from a Chanel boutique. Rod had advertised on his Instagram page at the Luxe Theory that he had sourced and sold a couple of these for clients. And so I said to him, I think I might want one too. And he said, let me see what I can do. So these bags were offered to Chanel VIPs, who of course snapped them up and then sold them, made a pretty penny on them to people in the resale business, and good for them. That's the kudos that they get for being loyal customers of Chanel. I picked this one up, I think they were selling for around $9,000 retail, and I think it cost me around $11,000. So I did pay quite a bit more to be able to secure this. They were very difficult to get. They still are. They still sell for a pretty penny, but for me, a black heart, oh, speaks to my inner soul. I love it. I didn't want any of the pretty girly colors. They did not speak to me at all. The black was perfect. In fact, I sold my Chanel Mini Rectangular because I prefer this to that. So as you can see from my collection, I don't really do classics at all. And again, cannot speak highly enough for Rod. A lot of you who've discovered Rod through my channel have said the same thing. A lot of people who haven't used Rod, Connor, the Persefair, Una before, have all inquired with me. There's nobody that I would talk about here that I've had a bad experience with, unless I tell you I've had a bad experience with them. I trust them, funds have been transferred, the goods have been as described, the postage has been quick and secure. Can't say enough good things about them. So they're all my pre-loved bags that are still in my collection. I hope I haven't forgotten any. I always seem to when I do these collection videos. Super long video, I know. Sometimes you can make an absolute killing in terms of a saving buying pre-loved, and certainly the market at the moment, it's a bit more of a buyer's market. So if you're in the what am I trying to say? If you're looking for something, try pre-loved. There's a lot of things that people keep in near new condition because they're so scared of using their luxury, or they want to preserve pre-loved the value in their piece. You can typically pick things up for a pretty good price. Yeah, I am so happy with everything I have. I think the other thing I want to share with you here is that if you miss it when it first drops, given the nature of this environment that we're in, it's most likely you will be able to pick it up at a later date. The price may be a little bit less, it may be a little bit more, it may be a lot more or a lot less. I guess that's a chance you take, but it's never over. You can always find pieces that you're after. So if you can't buy it now, don't stress. You will be able to find it later. And if you really love it after that cooling off period, then perhaps the pre-loved market, and particularly the condition of these pre-loved pieces, will offer you some comfort that you can eventually pick that piece up. Of course, make sure you do all of your due diligence in authenticating your pieces, because there are some dodgy dealers out there. But I have been so lucky in dealing with just magical, fabulous people, and I will link all of their details in the description box below. Tell me what of my pre-loved pieces is your most favourite. Is it because it's a bargain? Is it because it's a great piece? Is it because it's really unique? Let me know in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more from my channel. I put out videos on Wednesdays and Sundays and sometimes some extras, so I would love to see you back for more. Until then, ciao.